Well, it's unfortunate. It gets back to the fact that, I'll put it this way, the best chance for a quarterback to stay healthy is for him to be provided with good protection from his pass blockers, primarily online, of course, and for him to be at his athletic best. And what's unfortunate, of course, is Cade was playing at less than his athletic best, which makes him a little more vulnerable. So if he's 100% healthy, maybe he would have survived that play just fine, but he wasn't. And you're a little more injury prone when you're less than 100%.
Despite the win, kind of a sad presser given the circumstances. What can you share with us regarding the number one topic on the docket, and that's Cade McNamara's health?
Yeah, Cade, no official update from Kirk Ferentz after the game, other than to say that they'll know more on Tuesday, which tells me they're going to do an MRI on Sunday or Monday and wait for those results and then probably announce something. But I think the thing that was shared that kind of makes you think that it's more serious is that Cade's spirits were very down. So given what he went through to come back this year, you can tell it's probably something pretty significant. I know the speculation is maybe an ACL, but we don't know for sure.
Don, you're a former quarterback coach and OC. I'm sure I know you've been through situations, maybe not identical to what Cade's dealing with, but how do you as a coach, how does Brian, how does Kirk in a situation like this keep his spirits high and keep it, regardless of what the prognosis is moving forward, keep him engaged and still an instrumental leader on this football team right now?
Well, that's why we're fortunate that Cade's the high-quality person that he is, because he'll want to assume that role. He'll want to do everything he can to help the team. If he's not able to be on the field, obviously the best he can do is help us on the sideline, help us in the locker room, help us in the meeting room, help us on the practice field. He's going to do that, I'm sure. It's just terribly unfortunate. One year, Corey, we actually had 5 different quarterbacks that started for us, 5 quarterbacks injured in 1 year. And that was just a devastating year to try to get through. We actually had some amazingly good numbers, but it was simply because we had great skill players. The third or fourth or fifth back understood that his job with the ball, those guys that knew what to do with it, he could simply get it to them. We'd still have a productive offense. That's how it worked out at the time. I believe that was 93 or 94. Can't recall. I do recall.
Yeah. I remember that year.
Yeah, it was over 400 yards with 5 different quarterbacks. So makes you wonder if the starter could have stayed healthy, what would our average have been? I suspect it would have been a little bit higher.
A couple things here, Don. Eric in the chat says nobody's mobile on one leg. Healthy Deacon is better than a broken Cade. Is that a fair assessment? I mean, would you say the jury is very much still out on that?
Well, I mean, if Cade's broken, if he's not available, then yeah.
I think he's talking about I think he's referring to the Cade that we were seeing weeks 1 through 4, who clearly was not healthy.
Well, you heard me make the comment. Cade at less than 100% reminds me more than what I'd want him to of Spencer. Because neither one was that mobile, and I don't know yet. I haven't seen enough of Deacon to know that he's any more mobile than Spencer or than a wounded Cade. Maybe not. But if he has an idea for how to buy time in the pocket. I don't know that he's going to pull the ball down and run for 20. And he's not going to be much of a threat to ever get on the edge on nakeds. He needs to be able to throw the ball on nakeds, because if he has to exercise the run option, it's not likely to produce a lot of yards. Because pursuit would really mean before he gained that many yards, I would think, in general.